So, on Saturday, I went up to St James's Park to go watch us play Newcastle. I have to be honest, it was rather shit from us. I don't know how the fuck we didn't lose that game. Their VAR for their goal, or the goal that was ruled out, I have to be honest, is absolute full of shit. Very lucky to get away with it. We absolutely rode our luck in that game. I said on 85 minutes, it just will not go in the net for Newcastle. They were the absolute dominant force in the game. They were much better than us. We had a couple of good chances ourselves. Found Nook Pope on a good day. But I don't know how the fuck we got away with a point on that game. Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy Edstar here, back with another Operation Palace video. So on Saturday afternoon, we drew 0-0 with Newcastle. Somehow we kept a clean sheet. If it wasn't for Vicente Gaeta, I mean, fuck me, he was in form that day. I mean, he literally saved everything that kept it was in his way. I thought Anderson had a fantastic game as well. You know, he literally blocked everything. He headed everything away. He blocked everything. You know, he was the one person, and Vicente in goal, that kept Newcastle at bay. I could not believe that we got a point out of that game. We were absolutely dreadful. Nowhere near good enough. There were 42 shots in the game and still no goals. I just could not believe our luck at the end of the day, because we were absolutely pathetic, if I'm honest with you. Defensively wise, very solid, but attack wise, we just could not get going. We could not get going at all. I thought Ayew had a fantastic game going forward, which actually quite surprises me, because we normally don't have good games with Ayew when he normally plays. So it was a bit of quite a surprise, you know, just to see, you know, what happened with Ayew, you know, how good he actually was. So I will get into my player ratings for the game. They're not going to be very high. A lot of these players are going to be, you know, quite low rated, if I'm honest with you. So let's just crack straight on into it. Starting off in goal, man of the match, Vicente Gaeta. If it was not for him, we definitely would have lost that game. He made so many incredible saves. You know, so many good interceptions in the box helped him out. But he, you know, I thought he was fantastic, Vicente. I thought he was really good. That was his best performance of the season by far. And I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. I thought he was fantastic. Going back into the left-back position, that was Tyrick Mitchell. I think this was his worst game of the season, if I'm honest with you. He gave the ball away so many fucking times. It was getting ridiculous. I just could not believe how bad he was. I think he needs to be dropped. Personally, I feel he needs some time, you know, to recover his form, because his form this season has been unacceptable for me, and I thought this was his worst game of the season, and I'll give him a 3 out of 10. I thought he was shocking. Going into the centre backs, I'll start off with Joachim Andersen. I thought Andersen was absolutely wonderful. He blocked everything. He stopped everything going in his way. He cleared the ball so many times. He absolutely tried his hardest for us, and I thought he had a spectacular performance, and I'll give him an 8 out of 10. I thought he was really good. The only downside to Andersen, he did give the ball away in the first half to Isak, but it was a wonderful save from Vicente. Made himself look big, stopped Isak from scoring, so Andersen did get let off the hook with that. So that was the only bad bit from him from the game. Other than that, I thought he was fantastic, and I'll give him an 8 out of 10. Next to him was Mark Gahey. I thought he was pretty solid as well. He kept Newcastle at bay as well. He did give the ball away a couple of times, but I thought he was solid next to Andersen, and I'll give him a 7 out of 10. Who was next? I think it was Klein was next. I thought he was really poor. No, Klein wasn't in. It was Ward. Sorry, Ward was in for this game. For me personally, I felt he was struggling to cope with their attack-minded play. You could quite clearly see they were attacking his side, because Ward is not the fastest of players, and I thought he was struggling for the game. but he did well in what he did. You know, he did. I thought he was fairly solid. I'll give Ward a 6 out of 10. Next, we're going to go into the midfield positions. I'm going to go into Chet Decore. I thought he was fantastic. He did really well for us. You know, definitely I thought was one of our brighter players in that CDM role. I thought he was really good. Gave a lot of help to Gahey and Anderson. We were under the cosh for a lot of the game. So I thought Chet Decore was really good. I'll give him a 7 out of 10. Next, I'm going to go into Eberechi Eze. He did try, but not everything came off for him tonight. On Saturday, I thought he was okay. I didn't think he was spectacular like he normally is. So I'll give Eberechi Eze a 6 out of 10. Next, I'm going to go into Jeffrey Schlupp. For me, I think he is just not good enough for us personally. That's just my opinion. Don't get offended by it. It's just my opinion. I thought he was rather poor on Saturday. He gave the ball away ridiculous amounts of times. He just could not control the ball. Newcastle were pressing him. He just could not handle it. And I thought he was poor, and I'll give him a 5 out of 10. Going into the attack positionings here, I'll start off with Wilf Zaha. I thought he was very, very poor. He didn't try. He didn't really have much in the game. I thought Trippier dominated him at the on that battle. I thought he had him in his pocket, if I'm honest with you. I thought Zaha was poor. He didn't really get going. I thought it was just one of his poor games. It was an off day for him, so we'll let him off. So we'll give Wilf Zaha a 5 out of 10. Next, I'm going to go into Jordan Ayew. For me, he's probably our best attacker for us. He definitely tried to go down the wing for us quite a lot. He did win a lot of important fouls for us as well. Broke up a lot of the momentum from Newcastle as well, which I thought was pretty decent from him. I think sometimes I fail to understand like what Jordan Ayew brings to the team, but I'm starting to understand it a little bit more with him. Like, he likes to go forward, he likes to win fouls in important areas for us. I thought it was a really solid performance from Jordan Ayew. I'll give him an 8 out of 10. I'm quite surprised how good he was, actually. He looked like he could cause a couple of problems to the Newcastle defence, but, you know, I thought he was solid. And then finally, Jean-Philippe Mateta had absolutely no fucking service. He had no service. He had one decent shot in the first half that was wonderfully saved by Nick Pope. Other than that, he had absolutely nothing in the game. He was struggling to keep hold of the ball. I think a lot of the Palace fans in the Newcastle end will get Palace fans at the top of the stadium were getting really frustrated with Jean-Philippe Mateta because he just could not keep the ball. He could not keep the ball. He had that one decent chance, and that was about it, really. So I'll give him a solid 6. But that was not one of his best performances. People who came off the bench, Klein came on, he did really well defensively. Elise came on in the 62nd minute. It was a triple substitution during the second half. Elise, for me, I thought was the best of the three that came on. He definitely looked like he was trying to break the deadlock for us. I thought he was very good. So I will give Elise a 7 out of 10. Edouard, I'll give also a 6 out of 10. I didn't think he had one of his best games. He had a couple of good chances, which was saved well by Pope, getting well in forward positions. But I'll also give him a 6 out of 10. And Nathaniel Klein did well defensively to help us get a set point. So I'll also give him a 6 out of 10. So overall, not really happy with how we played, but I will take a point any day of the week at Newcastle. Newcastle are one of those teams this year that I expect to do well. They will do well. They are getting screwed over by VAR, I'll give you that. We got very, very lucky with our decision to disallow the goal, because for me it was a perfectly good goal. Own goal by Tyreek Mitchell. So I was very surprised to see it get ruled out, but at the end of the day, as a Palace fan, we're not going to complain about that. So hopefully we can, get a win against Manchester United on Sunday afternoon. That's a 4 o'clock kickoff. I will be doing the preview to this either tomorrow or Friday. I'm filming this on the Wednesday, so you'll see this probably about 4 o'clock or so. I've got another Sutton United career mode video come out today, so if you have got time to go and watch that, make sure you go and watch that. The link to the series is on my channel, so you've got to, you know, you can find it pretty easily. The Sutton United career mode I've actually finished the series. So what I'm still doing is I'm editing every single episode up. I'm going to finish it by this time next week. This time next week, the Sutton United career mode will be finished on the channel. So I hope you guys haven't gone on to enjoy today's episode of the Operation Palace series. If you have, please make sure you give it a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're new. And thank you for watching.